All right, this next video is going to go over questions 14 and 15 from your study guide on volume. Just a reminder, your test is on Friday. All right, so let's go ahead and look at question number 14. A rectangular prism has a volume of 48 cubic units. It has 3 layers of unit cubes. How many cubes are in each layer? Explain your thinking with models and words. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to underline what I know. A rectangular prism has a volume of 48 cubic units. It has 3 layers. Now I'm going to go ahead and just make a little note here that means height. Because when I'm talking about layers, I'm talking about the height of my object. How many cubes are in each layer? When it talks about cubes in each layer, I know that this is talking about the base, because the base is what I start with, and every layer adds on another amount that is equal to that base. Explain your thinking with models and words. Okay, so I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to explain it over here. Now, you're never going to be graded on how well you can draw a 3D figure. I just want you to show it to me as best you can. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to draw this shape. So I'm going to draw me my rectangle. All right, and then I'm going to kind of come up a little bit, draw my second rectangle, and then I'm going to connect those edges together. So I have a 3D shape. All right, and then the volume is 48 units cubed. It has 3 layers, right? So my height is 3. So let's see if I can show that. There's 1 layer, 2 layers. So that kind of shows 3 layers. Maybe I'll show it over here. Right, can you kind of see that? There's my other kind of layers. All right, so I'm kind of showing 3 layers as best that I can. Okay, so the volume is 48. I know my height is 3 because I have 3 layers. I need to find how many layers are in, or how many cubes are in each layer, which is my base. So I know that volume equals base times height, which means 48 equals base times 3. What number times 3 is going to give me 48? Well, let's think. I'm going to do division this time. Oops, you can't see. 3 into 48. Well, let's do 10. That one's easy for me. 30, subtract it out, 18 left over. That's easy. 6. 18, and I've got a smiley face 0, which means 16. So I'm going to need 16 cubes in each of my layers. So that means that in this first layer, there's 16. In the second layer, there's 16. And then in the third layer, there's 16. And when I add that up, 6, 12, 18, carry the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how I'm going to show it with my models. Again, I'm not a very good 3D drawer, but I've tried to show the 3 layers and how there would be 16 unit cubes in each layer. This is where I'm really going to do better at because I'm more of a word person. You might be more a picture person, and this might be where you shine. We want to make sure that we have both. All right, so for my explanation, I know the figure has 16 unit cubes in each layer. So first I'm going to tell them what I know. Now I'm going to explain how do I know that. I know this because every layer has an equal amount of unit cubes. If the volume is 48 unit cubes, and there are 3 layers, I know, oops, I'm running out of room, 48 divided by 3 equals 16. I'm going to go back and make sure that sounds right. I know the figure has 16 unit cubes in each layer. I know this because every layer has an equal amount of unit cubes. If the volume is 48 unit cubes and there are 3 layers, I know 48 divided by 3 equals 16. I need that conclusion sentence. So there are 16 unit cubes in each layer. Oops. Okay. A lot of writing. I probably should have written a little bit smaller. Just as long as you tell me, if you explain to me how your answer is correct or why your answer is correct, then you'll be good to go. All right, let's look at number 15. 15, I think, is, I like it. It's a fun problem. John needs a moving box that has a volume of 36 cubic feet. Give 4 unique sets of measurements that could represent the dimensions of his box. So, each of these have to equal 36 feet cubed, 36 feet cubed, 36 feet cubed, 36 feet cubed, right? Each of them has to equal 36 feet cubed. So I've just got to come up with 4 different ways to get to 36. Let's do an easy way first, right? So I could do 1 foot times 1 foot times 36 feet. 1 times 1 times 36. Now, I cannot do 36 times 1 times 1. That's not unique. It's just rearranging those numbers. So I've got to make sure I do something different now. Okay, well, there's, let's see, length, width, and height, that's 3. 36, I can divide 36 by 3, right? 3 can go into 36 12 times, right? 12 times 3 is 36. Subtracting that gives me that smiley face 0. So, what if I did, oh, that's not going to work, because that would be 12 plus 12 plus 12. This isn't plus, though. This is division. So that, while it was good math, is not going to work. So don't get tricked by that. Sometimes we're going to want to take our answer and divide it by 3. But again, that would be plus, not multiply. So let's do, well, let's see, what about 2? If I had 32 times, I don't know, what, 1? Let's make it easy. 2 times 1. Well, 2 times what will get me to 36? 2 into 36, that's 18, right? So how about 2 times 1 times 18? That'll get me to 36. Okay, well, what's another way to make 36? Use my multiplication facts. 6 times 6, let's use my doubles, right? So let's do 6 times 6, which gets me to 36, and then put that 1 in there. Throw the 1 in for the last one, right? All right, one more way to get to 36. Let's see, I've done 2 times 18, 1 times 36, 6 times 6. What's another way to get to 36? How about 4 times 9? 4 times 9 times 1 will get me to 36. So a great way to kind of figure this out is to find those factors of 36. Remember doing this with fractions, right? 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9. I could have done any of these as 2 of mine and then thrown that 1 at the end. So other examples, you could have said 3 times 12 times 1. That could have been another example. So this did help me over here. I was just looking at it in the wrong way. Let's see, we did our 1 times 36, we did our 2 times 18, we did 3 times 7. Okay, so those are all of your, 6 times 6. There we go. I almost forgot my 6. So those are all of your choices that you could have done. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only had to do 4. This is an extra one, but it would also work as well. This is a challenging problem. This requires a lot of thinking, all right? So, good job. Maybe practice. Have your parents give you a volume and see if you can find different ways to create it. That might be a good way to practice that one, okay? That's all we're going to do. The next video is going to go over the last problems. Good job.